Full picture, RIZIN underdogs by division. Again, dogs losing more fights than they've won, obviously, but turned a massive profit tonight. 4-8, two big wins. Sato at plus 166, Oshima plus 115, and then Takada plus 380, Akamoto at plus 240. More than covered the 8 losses. Since the start of last year, dogs 37 and 65 plus 6.43 units for plus 6.7% ROI, winning only 36% of fights, but profitable. The classic dog value pattern, prices overcompensating. And then since the start of 2024, 61 and 123. So there's been a huge flip. The dogs since the start of last year have just been crushing. Since the start of last year, the over 67 and 35 for plus 9.83 units for plus 19.4% ROI. The dominant card wide trend in the database tonight went 7 and 5 on the over. It didn't cash as big, essentially flat. The finish heavy early card. 4 round 1 stoppages in the first 7 fights, a stoppage in all the first 7 fights. Definitely dragged that to the over. There were still some overs that cashed in there. The trend was left intact. One soft night doesn't move the needle on 102 fights. Men's catch weight since the start of last year, the over, and men's catch weight fights in RIZIN 6 and 3 for plus 7.34 units. Ito versus Moda. You had to bet it live, so but it was an under round 1 KO at 2 minutes and 27 seconds. So the men's catch weight over. Still the highest ROI angle in the data set per division, but it's just 9 fights deep. And then the biggest one here, right here, men's featherweight dogs since the start of last year, 11 and 14 for plus 9.37 units, 37.5 ROI. The headline trend in tonight proved exactly why it works. Dogs went 2 and 1 on the night. Takada at plus 380 and Akamoto at plus 240, both cashed. Kimura at plus 120 lost, but lost by an eye poke and was looking good pretty much up until got poked in the eye. Didn't see the eye poke, and then the fight was stopped because of an eye injury, but didn't the referee didn't attribute it to the eye poke, so the fight was ended by doctor stoppage, but not because of the eye poke. So 2 wins at huge plus money prices, nevertheless, in featherweight. The trend wins less than half its best and still crushes. That's pricing inefficiency in its purest form. Men's flyweight since the start of last year, the over 13 and 3 for plus 3.28 units. 2 men's flyweight fights tonight, both went over. Li Young Hung round 3 TKO and TJ Laramie round 3 TKO. The trend is now 13 and 3, and both tonight's results were just textbook. Fights went long, finished late. Strongest sample to ROI ratio of any divisional over trend here. Men's flyweight since the start of last year, dog 7 and 9 for plus 2.75 units. 17.2% ROI. Both the men's flyweight dogs tonight lost. But yeah, trend takes a small hit, but the sample is still positive. The Laramie fight was the one where the dog was massive and lost, which is the risk of this angle. Didn't really even have a chance in that one. You need big prices to hit occasionally. Men's featherweight since the start of last year, 14 and 11, and we saw it tonight. Men's featherweight favorites are just stay away. Like it's a cash hole. Every single favorite, like big favorites in this division, are huge liabilities, and gotta stay off them. But yeah, in the meantime, we'll just wrap it up here. I don't think there's anything much else left to say. Yeah, good stuff. Another night with just why reminded us of all why we love RIZIN, for the betting, for the action, just great stuff all around. So yeah, appreciate it. Thanks for watching.